we are going to be learning a little bit more about nutrients. We've talked about nutrients a little bit already. Remember, nutrients are nourishing substances that are necessary for growth and the maintenance of life. To nourish means to provide with food or nutrients necessary for health and life. Nutrients are what keeps us strong and healthy and keeps our body systems working. We get nutrients through our food and drink. Some foods and drinks are rich in nutrients and have lots of good nutrients in them, like orange juice, broccoli, or milk. And some foods and drinks don't have a lot of nutrients in them, like candy or soda. We'll learn a little bit more about this in our lesson today, but first, let's go over our vocabulary words. Essential. Essential means absolutely necessary. When traveling by public transport, it is essential to arrive before the departure time on your schedule. Otherwise, you will miss your ride. Throughout this unit, we have been talking about things that are essential to staying healthy. Things like sleeping well, drinking lots of water, and listening to the things our brain is telling our bodies about what we need to do to help take care of it are essential for staying healthy. Other things like singing songs or reading books or dancing are fun and enjoyable, but they aren't essential for living. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are substances that supply the human body with energy. These are found in the foods that we eat. Fats. Fats are substances that in small doses are essential to a healthy body. Minerals. Minerals are non-living substances, small amounts of which are part of a healthy diet. If you eat different kinds of foods, your body will probably get all of the minerals that it needs. Proteins. Proteins are substances found in all body cells that are essential for growth. Why do you eat? Is it because certain foods taste really good to you? That's certainly one reason why I eat. I cannot imagine my world without the taste of a fresh bowl of vegetable soup or a peppermint stick ice cream cone on a summer's day. You also eat because you get hungry, right? Your tummy grumbles and complains that it hasn't been fed for a long time. But what is the main reason you eat? At last, Nick Nutrie's chance to talk about my favorite topic, nutrients. You eat because you need the nutrients that food provides to stay healthy. We have talked a lot about nutrients in previous lessons. You know that your blood carries nutrients to all part of the human body. Your digestive and excretory systems filter waste from the body and send nutrients back into the blood. Your cells need nutrients to stay alive. Your tissues need nutrients to function properly. Your organs stop working without the right nutrients, and if your organs stop working, your body's systems might stop working too. So remember, cells are the smallest units of living things and the body's building blocks. Tissue is a group of cells that perform the same jobs. Organs are groups of tissue that do a particular job for the body. And a body system is a collection of organs that work together for the same purpose. You know that nutrients are good for you, but what exactly are nutrients? Nutrients are substances that provide nourishment necessary for the growth and health of an organism. Providing the body with the nutrients it needs is an essential or necessary part of staying healthy. So how do you get nutrients? From the food you eat. Nutritionists, like me, think of the body as a chemical factory. Everything you eat is made up of thousands of different chemical substances. The ones that every healthy body needs to stay alive are called nutrients. Everyone needs 4 basic nutrients: water, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Say those with me so you remember them. Remember, the 4 basic nutrients are water, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. These nutrients come from different food sources. It is up to you to choose the right foods to supply your body with a proper balance of water, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make the best food choices for maintaining a healthy body. Let's start with a nutrient that is familiar to everybody, water. Water is perhaps the most important nutrient of all. It is necessary for all body functions. You cannot live for more than about a week without water. Did you know that 2/3 of your body is made up of water? Water is part of your blood. It travels in and out of your cells and helps to dissolve other nutrients, carrying them all to your tissues. Water is a necessary part of the excretory system, making up most of your urine. Water helps break down your food so that solid waste can pass from your body. Water even helps maintain the right body temperature. When given a choice of what to drink, water is always the healthiest choice you can make. It's up to you to constantly refill your body's supply of water. You need between 3 and 6 cups each day. But not all of your water needs to come from a cup. Did you know that many foods contain lots of water too? Grapefruit, watermelon, tomatoes, cucumber, and lettuce are all good choices. One way to tell whether you are getting enough water is to check the color of your urine. It should be practically colorless. All nutrients supply your body with energy, but the body's main source of energy comes from carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are found almost entirely in plant foods: fruits, vegetables, whole grains, peas, and beans. Potatoes, rice, and pasta are good choices for carbohydrates. Milk and milk products, like ice cream and yogurt, provide the body with carbohydrates and protein. Cheese has only a few carbohydrates. Protein is a bodybuilder and is contained in all body cells. It is necessary for your body's growth and development, building muscle, and helping to repair cells. It's easy to see how cells outside of the body, like hair, skin, and nails, renew themselves, isn't it? Each time we cut them, they grow right back. The body makes its own protein, but it needs help from foods. Good sources of protein include meat, fish, chicken, eggs, milk, and beans. The fourth nutrient that your body needs is fat. Butter, margarine, and oils are good sources of fat. Today, many people are overweight, so it may seem strange to you that I am telling you to include fat in your diet, but your body does need a certain amount of fat. That seems a little weird, so let's find out why. For one thing, fat is necessary for the development of your brain, especially in the first few years of your life. If you look at a skin cell under a microscope, you will be able to see a layer of fat cells. A thin layer of fat underneath your skin acts like a blanket, providing you with insulation, or protection, and warmth. Fat stores energy in your body and helps keep your skin healthy too. So you see, fat is an important nutrient, but you only need very small amounts of it. Your body can make most of its building blocks from carbohydrates and proteins. At a certain point in your life, you need to be careful not to eat too much fat, because that might cause you to gain too much weight. So far, you've learned that the body needs 4 basic nutrients to grow and stay healthy. Remember, these 4 nutrients are water, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. These are not the only nutrients that your body needs. There are other important nutrients that are also essential to life. They are called vitamins and minerals. Your body needs less of them than the other 4 nutrients, but if you don't get enough vitamins and minerals, you can become sick. Long ago, sailors lived on a diet of only biscuits and salty meat while they were out at sea. They began to suffer from bleeding gums, and their bones became weak. Once they added lemons and limes to their diet, the sailors became much better. Citrus fruits, like lemons, limes, oranges, and grapefruits, gave the sailors the vitamin C that they needed to keep their blood vessels, gums, and teeth healthy. Vitamin C also helps build tissue to fight germs. That's why your mom or dad might give you extra orange juice if you feel like you're catching a cold. If you aren't a fan of citrus fruits, broccoli and tomatoes are also good choices to make sure you are getting enough vitamin C. Letters of the alphabet, like the letter C, are used for many vitamins. There's vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, D, and E, and so many more. Vitamin A is important for healthy skin and helps you see more clearly at night. Dairy products, carrots, and dark leafy greens contain lots of vitamin A. There are many different B vitamins: vitamin B1, vitamin B2, vitamin B3, and so on. The B vitamins, found mostly in meat, help the body perform lots of different functions. For example, vitamin B12 helps make red blood cells. Vitamin D, found in fish and egg yolks, helps build strong bones. Most of the vitamins you need come from vegetables, fruits, and grains. All vitamins are essential in small doses or amounts. If you have a healthy diet, you are probably getting all of the vitamins that you need. Fluoride is a mineral that is often added to public drinking water. It is contained in some toothpaste and mouthwash as well. This is because fluoride helps prevent tooth decay. Your body needs small amounts of different minerals, such as fluoride, to help perform specific body functions. Besides fluoride, other minerals include calcium, sodium, and iron. You can help your teeth and bones stay strong by eating foods rich in calcium. Milk, broccoli, and almonds are good choices. Sodium, found in table salt, bacon, and lots of soup broths, helps regulate the body's fluids. Then again, too much salt is not good for you. It causes the body to hold on to too much fluid, which can cause high blood pressure. If you feel weak, look pale, and get tired easily, you may need more iron. Eat more red meat, whole grains, and beans. Iron helps the blood carry oxygen throughout the body and helps the body fight infections. Each one of these minerals provides important nutrients for your body. As with vitamins, you can get most of the minerals you need by eating a healthy diet. That's what we will talk about the next time we meet: the best foods for you to eat.
All right, today we talked about 4 very important nutrients that your body needs. Before I ask my questions today, I am going to list a couple of things. If the thing that I list is one of those important nutrients that you need, I want you to give me a thumbs up. If the thing that I say is not an important nutrient that you need, I want you to give me a thumbs down. Now remember, some of the things I say might be things that you need, but if it's not one of the nutrients, that's our key word, nutrients. If it's not one of the important nutrients that you need, it'll be a thumbs down. Let's start with soda. Soda is not an important nutrient. We don't need soda to survive. What about water? That one is one of our essential nutrients. What about carbohydrates? Those are essential as well. What about systems? Nope. We do have systems in our body, and we do need those to live and for our bodies to work right, but they are not one of our essential nutrients. What about proteins? We need those. What about fats? You've got it, we need fats. What about cells? Nope. We are made up of cells, and so we do need them that way, but they are not one of our essential nutrients that we talked about today. All right, which of those 4 basic nutrients, what are our 4 basic nutrients again? Water, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. Which of those four essential nutrients supplies most of the body's energy? Which of those ones gives our bodies energy? If you said carbohydrates, you are correct. If your hair and your nails stopped growing, which essential nutrient are you most likely missing? And why? Why do you think so? If your hair, your long, beautiful hair, and your nails stopped growing, which essential nutrient are you most likely to be missing? If you said carbohydrates again, you would be incorrect. If you said fats, you would be incorrect. If you said proteins, you would be correct. Proteins help repair cells and are responsible for that growth in our hair and our nails. Which vitamin, supplied by citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, and limes, helps build tissue to fight germs? This isn't one of our four essential nutrients. It's a vitamin that we need. Which vitamin that is in lots of citrus fruits, like oranges and lemons and limes, helps build tissue to fight germs? That would be vitamin C. Vitamin C helps us fight off germs. All right, last question. If you had to plan a meal that contained many different nutrients, what would you eat and drink at that meal? What nutrients? Think about what nutrients you would get from each of the food and drinks that you chose. Tell whoever is helping you today, your neighbor, your grandmother, your little brother, your older sister, whoever is helping you today, tell them what would be in your meal, what foods would you make, and what nutrients would you get from them. All right, my friends. We are going to talk for just a little bit before we start our assignment today about adverbs. We've been working with adverbs a little bit, but not much. We've talked about adjectives a lot in our skills lesson. Adjectives are describing words that describe what types of words? Nouns. Adjectives describe nouns or give more details about our nouns. Adjectives answer questions like what color, what kind, what size, what shape. They answer a lot of what questions. Adverbs are a little bit different than adjectives. Like adjectives, adverbs describe things, but instead of describing nouns, adverbs describe verbs or action words. Adverbs answer questions like how. In our read aloud, we heard the sentence, vitamin A helps you see more clearly at night. One of our verbs in that sentence is the word see. We have an adverb that describes how we see. Our adverb that answers our how question is clearly. Vitamin A helps you see. It helps you see how more clearly. Adverbs can describe lots of different types of verbs. They could describe how I'm talking. So, right now, I'm talking really loudly. But right now, I'm talking really Right now I'm talking really quickly. But right now I am talking really slowly. Adjectives describe how we're doing something. I want you to clap your hands. I want you to clap them quickly and slowly. I want you to clap them loudly and softly. I want you to turn and tell whoever is helping you today a great big thank you, and I want you to pick an adjective that will describe how you will tell them. Will you tell them excitedly? Will you tell them sadly? Will you tell them quickly? Will you tell them loudly? How are you going to tell them? Pick an adverb to tell them thank you for helping you today, and tell them which adverb you chose to speak. How are you speaking to them? When you are done with your thank you, go ahead and open up the PDF that is attached to this assignment. And as always, I'm going to move over to my computer so I can show you what to do.
For today's journal entry, we have this chart at the top that has our 4 essential nutrients. Let me zoom out a little bit. Those 4 essential nutrients are water, proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. For today's journal entry, I want you to draw a picture or write a sentence that gives examples of each of those things. Where can we get water in our diet? Not just from drinking, but what foods can we find water in? Where can we find proteins? Where can we find carbohydrates? And where can we find fats? Remember, our read aloud told us that water can be found in foods like cucumbers, watermelon, and lettuce. Proteins can be found in meats, in milk, and in nuts. Carbohydrates can be found in all plant-based foods. All of our fruits and veggies, bread and pasta are also good sources of carbohydrates. And our fats we can find in butter and margarine and oils. We need all 4 of those to have a healthy body. Again, your first part of the assignment is to draw a picture of examples of water in this box, or write a sentence. Your job in this box is to draw a picture or write a sentence about foods that have proteins in them. Your job in this one is to draw a picture or write a sentence about foods that are good sources of carbohydrates. And in this one, you'll draw a picture or write a sentence about foods that have fats. On the lines underneath, I want you today to write 4 total sentences. Today, our journal entry is going to be a little bit bigger. 4 total sentences. Might have to use a smaller font so we can fit them all on these 4 lines. In those 4 sentences, you're going to write about the nutrients our bodies needs and how we get them. Your first sentence should be an introductory sentence. An introductory sentence introduces the topic. It tells your reader what they will be reading about in the next couple of sentences. A good introductory sentence for nutrients that our body needs might be something like, our bodies need lots of different nutrients. And then in the next 3 sentences, you are going to explain what those nutrients are and how our body gets and uses those nutrients. When you are finished, I want you to double check and make sure that you've got an introductory sentence that introduces the topic. Make sure you've got at least 4 sentences, 3 more sentences about our nutrients that we need and how our body uses them. And then go ahead and turn it in. You are done with knowledge today when you are finished with that one.